Well, good morning, YouTube. Welcome to my channel. This is the Jim of All Trades channel. Glad you made it by. My name's Jim. I'm a crypto trader and a forex trader here to help you understand the market from an Elliott wave perspective. I am an Elliott wave trader, and I have been studying Elliott wave for years now and studying good trading practices as well. I have learned by the school of hard knocks and as well from other good traders how not to trade and how we should be trading. And I'm here to help you learn those things that I've learned. I'm a teacher by heart, and I love to help people, just protect their money and just to help people in general. So it's kind of my heart here, and that's what we're doing on this channel. So if you made it here, glad you stopped by. We're going to be looking at Bitcoin this morning, Litecoin, and Ethereum. See if we can make heads or tails of what's going on here, and see where this market is going. I've got two counts here for Bitcoin. I want to make sure you're aware of it. I've been talking about it for the past several days, but if you're new here, I want to kind of give you a heads up on that. We're going to try to make this a shorter. What do we call this? An update, a shorter market update if we can. So let's just jump right into the markets. Right before I do that, let me just give you two announcements here. Don't forget our Facebook group, the Litecoin Swing Trading Community. It's a place for beginning traders as well as seasoned traders. It is a fantastic environment. Go ahead and just search it on Facebook. One of these days, I'll get it in the description below on a regular basis. I just forgot to do it today, and I meant to. And anyway, we'll get it in there. But you just search it, Litecoin Swing Trading Community on Facebook. It's a fantastic group. Also, I have a Telegram group that is in support of my Patreons that support me. So those of you who support me through Patreon and just help the channel out through Patreon, I give back to you through a Telegram group where I give nightly updates, charts, as well as trade ideas as I see them developing. Also available for personal help and just a great community of people. It's a nice small group right now, and everybody gets a lot of attention. So, love for you to join us if you'd like to be a part of that group. Just join the Patreon, please, and we'll go ahead and send you a link immediately to the Telegram group. So, all right, let's just jump in here. We're looking at Bitcoin. This is the 4-hour chart. We are on a major correction here. My first count, what I believe is going to happen is again, somebody complained that I wasn't being clear about my opinion, so I wanted to be clear about my opinions, but I also want to be clear that it's an opinion, okay? And you know what opinions are like. So anyway, I believe we've finished a five-wave move up here to the upside, and we are in a WXY correction to the downside. That is my first bias. That's what makes the most sense to me from this wave. This wave structure that we see. That WXY would look like this. We got a W and X, and now we're making the Y. We're coming down to this liquidity zone here, around the $8,000 region. I think 72 to 81 is the ballpark region there. Let's throw the fibs on that and see what that would put us at. Let's see if we can get right on it, right there. Project this. It's been a while since I projected it with the fibs. All right. Can that be? Do I have that correct? Yeah, so the wow. Oh, do I have it in log scale? I've got it in regular scale. We're good. I've got a target right down here of 76.19. 76.19. There's a 1276 target of 63.05. Why do I have this nagging feeling something's wrong? Just doesn't sound right. I guess it's right. Yeah, everything's right. I'm sorry about that, guys. Oh, yeah, that's correct. There it is. Yeah, so let's see. There's one, two. There it is. Okay, sorry about that. That was odd. Just wanted to make sure I give you the right. Yeah, we got a target here of about $7,600, and that's been like that for a while. I had this brain thought I had an $8,100 target. I'm trying to figure out where I got that target. Let me see. I did have an $8,100 target. Where was that guy? There it is, right there, $8,100. Okay, so yeah, there's Pulling the fibs off of this guy here, we got $8,100. Pulling the fibs off of this one, we've got $7,600 at the one-to-one extension. So there's a zone there for you for a target here. That's lining up perfectly with this liquidity zone over here, which we talked about the market makers and liquidity zones yesterday. Now, just stepping back and looking at this chart, just from a bird's eye view here. This WXY is formed with basically three waves. Okay, and each of those three waves in the WXY is a double correction. So we've got a three-wave structure there, we've got an X wave there, and now we have a three-wave structure being made there. Okay, so here's our three-wave structure right here. This would be an expanded flat here for the three-wave structure. This last five-wave move would be the C wave of that expanded flat, and that would finish up an impulse of that correction that does look to be completed five waves. So what we would expect to see is a move down in five waves from here to the $7,600 region. That's what I'm expecting. That's what I'm looking for. That's what I would like to see. Excuse me. Now, what else could we be dealing with here? We could be dealing with a triangle. Okay, so actually, before I get into the triangle, let me just talk about. Let's just jump into this. Well, yeah, okay. I don't know sometimes I don't know the best order of things to deal with, so you don't get confused. Let's talk about the triangle first, and then we'll go into the micro count here. All right. So if it's a triangle, then what we're dealing with is not a completed five waves here, but rather this is a completed three waves, and this triangle is the fourth wave. We should expect a bull breakout at some point soon. We are dealing with an A, a B, a C. I don't like this D. It needs to be three waves, so we're looking for a D up here, an E, and then done. That would be the best I could come up with. One, two, three. A, B, C. Yeah, and so if it's a triangle, this trend line needs to be changed to something like this. To exclude the wicks, let me go to the daily and see if we can get different triangles here. Get a different pattern here. There we go. We'll exclude the wicks on the daily. Go back to the 6 hour. It gives us more detail. So there's our trend lines. These wicks are excluded on the daily. So we would expect basically, because in a triangle, everything is three waves. Sorry about the discombobulation, guys. You need three waves to the upside here. And that is a likelihood that we are watching for right now. And I'll tell you why I'm thinking that could be the case here. So we're going to just try to make the case here. If there's E, if that's the case, there's E, and then we'd be expecting a breakout to the upside from there, something like that. Okay, so that's what we're looking at. This would be a wave 4, but please keep in mind that this wave 5, as we break out of that, it doesn't mean we're going to $20,000. We're not. We already had an extended wave, a very extended wave here in this third wave. You cannot have more than one extended wave in a 5-wave series. That means that this fifth wave would be about the same size as our first wave here, and if where it depends on where you count the first wave. Yeah. So this is what I'm counting the first wave. Seems awful small, so I wouldn't count on this being very, very, very large. Could be coming up to the $17,000 region maybe. So I wouldn't count on that being extended in any way. Okay, all right. So if it's a triangle, this would be wave 4. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the fifth wave would be going up. And then we would expect after that, if that's the case, a deeper correction. Well, come on. There we go. Something like that, deeper. Okay. So yeah. All right, now, what else? I guess since we've got the two options, I've got a downside option. They're both bullish, okay? I want you to understand they're both bullish counts. Just one has a bear count prior to the bull. So this, even though I'm calling for it to go down, it doesn't mean I'm It doesn't mean I'm, perennial bear. It just means that it's looking like it needs to come down first before we head up. Now, in my opinion, I would like this better because then we're talking major highs. We don't have to deal with another major correction coming, but we're dealing with big highs coming. So I like that idea better, but we'll have to wait and see. Now, what else could this be? What else could this be? Not what else could this be? What? How do we know which one it is? Is there anything that's letting us know that what it might be? Let's go to the 15-minute chart. Let's look at the micro scale and see what's going on. Now, what I'm seeing here in this wave right here is I see 5 completed waves to the upside. Okay, let's put the fib retracement tool here on this wave. You can see that we've come down to the 618 and the 65, in this golden zone, and we've tagged it and bounced off of it. There's a strong likelihood that we continue bouncing from here. So we'll talk about that in just a second. Let me put the fib extensions on here, see if there's any correlation with the fibs, and I'll show you what I'm looking at here on this microwave analysis. You can see how the one-to-one extension is just below this area. There's not a whole lot of correlation with it, but I wouldn't mind this to come down and tag that, but it almost did. It's very close to it, so we might have that might be finished. Okay, and so what am I seeing as far as a wave count in this wave? Let me get this off the screen here so we have a little bit of clarity. There we go. Let's go in here and see what we're seeing. What I'm seeing here is 2 possibilities, and I need to consult my rules for diagonals, and I should have done it before this video. So yeah, sorry. What I'm seeing here is a finished 5 waves, and now what this could be interpreted as is an ABC correction down to this region, and what that would be is we would have the A wave, the B wave, and the C wave. And the C wave looks to be an ending diagonal. Okay, an ending diagonal is generally made up of 3 waves each wave, and so you got 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and so I've been expecting 1, 2, 3 like that. And so I'm not sure if we're going to get that or not. We might still, but I'm not positive because I kind of see 3 waves in here, so that might be done for that C wave. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can see that the 4 overlaps the 1. This is the only time it's allowed to do that in diagonals. So that breaks the rules of impulse waves, but it's allowed to do that in a diagonal. So that's one way to interpret it. Another way to interpret this is that we're actually dealing with just a beginning wave diagonal. I believe beginning wave diagonals can also have 5 waves as well. That's the rule I need to consult. I'm not sure. So this is the question mark here. 1, 2, 3. Let me try it again. 1, 2, 3, 4. And this is the 5th wave. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 right there. We got 5 waves here, and I can actually count that as 5 waves with an extended 5th. So I can get a 5, 3, 5 out of that in a leading diagonal. So a leading diagonal would mean that this is this is all a 1 wave. We're going to get a 2 wave correction, and then we're going down from there. All right, so the implications are pretty interesting here and pretty difficult. Let me turn off the notifications to my Telegram group. This is it, by the way, where we share charts and discuss different, just different questions about what's going on in the market. Okay, so the implications are pretty interesting here, and they're really going to tell the tale. And let's look at it. If we're dealing with an ABC correction, okay, so if this is an ABC correction, we need another 5 waves to the upside to finish out this 5, 3, 5 pattern. What that would give us then is our 3 waves of a triangle up to that trend line, most likely in the 11,000 11,100 to the 11,400 region. And then we would be looking for a pullback and a skyrocket, or at least a big wave after that, our move to the upside. Now, if it's not an ABC, but rather this is a leading diagonal instead, what this would be is a 1, 2. We'd be expecting 3, 4, 5 like that. Okay, so there it is. There's your bull and bear. Okay, they're both bull, but one goes lower. What makes most sense to me? That this being a leading diagonal makes the most sense. Makes the most sense. Um, this being a leading diagonal, meaning this is a one wave, we're going to get a two coming back, and then three. Okay, that's what I'm looking at here. Let's take a peek at that again and see what kind of retracement expectation we could get if it's a leading diagonal. So if this is finished, the kind of expectation we could get is coming back up here to about $10,500. That's where I'd be looking. 10,004 to 10,005. Depending on what this wave does here, not a bad scalp trade from here for that. It would also cover you in case it surpasses that area. So that would also be another way to play that. Not a bad long from here, from this region. But be careful. Be careful, because just when you think there's one thing, you know, my skeptical nature always just says, there's another thing. I don't know why we couldn't dump here from here. So we got to be careful about those things for sure. Okay, but I'm thinking this is a leading diagonal of some sort. I'm looking for one more push to the downside, and then a retrace up to around the 10,500 level, in that ballpark. Now, what if it's not a leading diagonal, but rather this is an ABC? So this is A, B, and this is an ending wave diagonal there. What if that's the case? What would it be? Well, let's throw the fibs on that guy and get a fib extension here. You can see here that we have a fib target here of $11,429. That would be a 1-to-1 extension from that from this wave. We got a one, not that, and then we'd be looking to go down from there. Not that far. Down here, and then we'd be breaking out. This would, if we get this move up here to the 11,400, I believe it would confirm the triangle. I'm pretty sure that we'd be the triangle would be confirmed. All right, there's Bitcoin for you. So those are the two scenarios I'm watching for. Be careful, be safe in watching that. And it's a dangerous area to trade. There's lots of market maker shenanigans. If you didn't see yesterday's video about the market maker, the mentality, what they're doing, and why they do it, you should definitely check that one out. It was a good video. Got a lot of positive feedback on it. Thank you very much, by the way. If you've made it this far in the video, let's have a random comment today. That just put in Jim of all trades is amazing. Or I'll tell you what, Jim of all trades ... You fill in the blank. Let's have an ego stroking day. No, not really. Sometimes I just whatever comes off the top of my head, and evidently I'm thinking about me. A random comment today. All right, let's look at Litecoin today and let's see what we got going on. All right, I'm still looking at that $75 target, guys. I don't know why it's still hanging around in my head, but I don't like price action. It just won't go down. It won't go down. So that $75 target is still looking okay. But I'm still seeing a push down to the downside. So in correlation with Bitcoin, if Bitcoin heads up from here today to about 11.6, we might see that push up to $75, $76 in that region to the 1276 area. Excuse me, there's me on for the day. Sorry about that. Excuse me. All right, then, so I can see that push up. I don't like the wave structure, but it is what it is. Looks like we might have an ending diagonal here being formed. 1, 2, Three, four, five. Yeah, that could be an ending diagonal that's being formed there. We'll have to wait and see there. But yeah, I still think that we kind of need to go up there. Price action seems to want to go up there. We had this little shakeout here, but might be a good little scalp trade up to the $75. But the way Litecoin has been, and how choppy it's been, it is so risky right now. I wouldn't recommend it. Just ride it out, wait it out. It's probably going to reverse once it hits there. We're going to come on down. I'm expecting Litecoin to come on down to the $55, $56 region, right down here to this trend line, right down in this region here. That's what I'm looking for with Litecoin. This is looking like an impulse wave of some kind of a weird diagonal shape. I don't like it. It's a crappy wave for sure. I don't like it at all, at all. 2, 3, 4. Yeah, the structure of that wave just is so impossible, so impossible. So yeah, I'm expecting one more push to the downside. We could get more than that, but I'm expecting another push to the downside, and then you know now, if price gets up here to $78, $79 in that region, then we're dealing with an impulse wave. Although it's not very impulsive the way it's acting, but we're dealing with an impulse wave. We need to be considering more upside, or a larger correction. This is a corrective wave, but we're dealing with a larger correction than that. So what you would wait for is a pullback, and then you could enter the trade from there if it reaches the $78, $79 region. So watch that carefully. Be careful. Let's watch Bitcoin. Let's see what Bitcoin does from here. If it goes down to this $9,800 region, which is I'm expecting 98.44, I'm looking for it to come here and tag it. Um, Not, I'm sorry, not 98.44. It was 98.35. Thought I had the extension on there, didn't. But it was 98.35 in that region there. So I'm expecting it to come down and hit that. Let's see what it does. Let's see what Litecoin does in response. You need to be watching Litecoin. Excuse me. You need to be watching Bitcoin as you're trading Litecoin. Okay. Not a whole lot more to say here. Let me just go to the 15-minute chart. See if there's anything worth showing you there. There is here some kind of a triangle here. I don't know. I'm not sure how to draw these trend lines. I'm not sure the best way. If I draw it right here, I get a bunch of touches right here. It looks like a descending triangle of some sort. And so it looks like it's trying to break out of that thing, but I can't be certain. It looks like we might be breaking down out of it. So be careful about that as well. My upside target is uncertain, okay, to say the least. It is uncertain. My count for Litecoin. Somebody asked me to spend more time on Litecoin. I don't have a lot more to say because I don't know. It's a big I don't know. It's a big I don't know burger, guys. It's not as clear and plain. The wave structure is hard. So. What is this wave here? Is this ABC? If that's the case, what is this? Is this impulsive? It's just really difficult wave structure. I'm not sure exactly what we have. I need to see some more clarity. I need to see some more waves before I understand completely what it is. All right, let's take a peek at Ethereum as well. Same deal here. We've got an A, B, C. We came up to the 1-to-1 extension here at 184 and tagged it, and we've just been bouncing. We bounced off it. We bounced off it 3 times. We might break it. So if it comes back up that region, look for it to break it. Look for the 190 region as $190 as our target area. Pay attention though, if it goes past 197 to 198, then we're dealing with an impulse. We're not dealing with a corrective wave, or it's a larger corrective wave with an impulse wave to begin. So be careful about that. Now this one's looking a lot more like an ending diagonal. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Looking for another low here, somewhere around 150. That's where I'm looking for a price to come on down. So price may still go up one more time before it comes down. I'm still seeing that as a likelihood in the waves. So pay attention to that. But I'm still seeing in the long term a down move. So just be patient. Watch out for these shakeout moves. You're going to get this up and down motion in the market, and they're trying to shake you out of your trades. Okay. So if this is a 1, we could get a 2. We're going to get a big wave to the downside, or we could get another push down, and we're going up here to the 11.4. Hard to say here, guys. Going to have to wait and see. Watch what happens. If we break the 10,600 range, if we break that range, that's a pretty deep correction. 10,600. Let's see. Let's get that other fib off of there. There we go. Yeah, we break 10,600. 10,708 is a 786 retrace of this one wave and two wave. If it goes past that, we need to consider we're probably heading up to the 11.4 range. All right, there's the analysis for the day. I hope that's clearer than mud for sure. I know there's a lot there, but that we're in the middle of a place in the chart where it could go either way. It really could, and we can interpret it two ways, and it would both be valid. So let's just pay attention. Let's be clear and be plain. Don't be too quick to get into trades. Wait for better zones to trade. Okay. All right, you guys have a fantastic Tuesday. We'll talk to you later. Thanks again for your support. Thanks for those of you who are my Patreons. Appreciate you guys. Thanks for those of you who commented today and are commenting. Thanks for those of you who liked the videos. Thanks to those of you who subscribed, because I'm getting close to 1,000 subscribers. Yesterday's video, we picked up about 15 subscribers. So you guys were awesome in sharing and liking and commenting. So thank you so much. Appreciate you guys. Have a fantastic day. Bye-bye.